Hey friends, welcome back. I'm so excited that you are here with me today. This video has tons of fun Christmas crafts that you can make at home very inexpensively and very easy.
It's always fun to head on to Dollar Tree, especially on a beautiful sunny day. And this time I found something very common. These party clear plates you can find at Dollar Tree year round. They're in the party section and they come about 8 in a pack. I'm going to take one as well as this jar that's also from Dollar Tree. I removed the lid from the jar and I'm just going to hot glue it right onto the center of the plate. We're going to make a cute little centerpiece for Christmas. This is such an easy thing you can do, and you can even make multiples and add them to different parts of the home or even long party tables. I'm going to start adding some of these greenery picks that I do get on Amazon, but Dollar Tree does have their own version. I'm just going to kind of curve them a little bit and hot glue them all around the center jar. I am now going to start adding some color onto the decor. These glittery red picks you can find at Dollar Tree during Christmas, and actually you can find a different version during the summertime for 4th of July. And I'm just going to start cutting small little pieces of them and just start hot gluing them all around the jar.
Making our Christmas memories.
And of course, we want to add some pine cones. Pine cones is a great way to add texture, fullness, and just have a little bit of a rustic look to it. And they're so Christmassy. So I'm going to add a few just by adding some hot glue all around the jar. And then finally, I wanted to add something else, and I got this ticking stripe ribbon from Dollar Tree. I had only a little bit left over, so I'm just going to grab a few pieces, maybe around 3 to 4 inches long, and then I'm just going to kind of curve them and then start hot gluing them all around the jar. This is going to give the illusion that the ribbon is kind of going in and out through the greenery, but really it's just all I had left was this, so I just cut them into small pieces and hot glue them in place. I added a candle from Dollar Tree, and I think this little centerpiece is stunning. It is so simple but so festive, and again, you can make multiples and make it a set.
It's a chance to start over new.
For the next Dollar Tree hack, I'm going to take these ornaments from Dollar Tree. You've seen them before. They are beautiful. They have a planked look to them. I'm going to remove the little galvanized portion of it and sand down the surface of it. This is just going to remove any sheen from the surface and also scuff it up a little bit. And then I have found that the paint sticks very well to a surface like this. Once I had them dry, I am going to sand down the edges using my sanding block to smooth it out and add a little bit of distress. I am then going to hot glue those galvanized pieces on top once again. The paint that I use is Rust-Oleum chalk pen in the linen white and Rust-Oleum chalk pen in the farmhouse red. Using my Cricut, I cut out the phrase, "Joy to the world, the Lord has come." I curved it so that it matches the curve of the ornaments. I'm going to distress the edges using some Waverly antiquing wax, and I'm going to do the same thing to the galvanized portion so it doesn't look as new. Once I had them in place, I'm going to hot glue each ornament together, kind of a little bit of an angle, just to add a little bit of character. I'm going to spray the top with a top coat by Rust-Oleum. This is just going to seal everything in and not go anywhere. I'm going to take some more of that ticking stripe and I'm going to hot glue a little bit of it just to each ornament, just to make it look like they're hanging. Then I'm just going to hang both ornaments just so that I have the right angle to hot glue them together. I'm going to make a little swag using some greenery. Again, this greenery is from Amazon, and I do have it on my Amazon store. If you want to check it out, it's always there in the description box if you want to see what my favorite items from Amazon are. Once I had the little greenery in place, I'm just going to tie it with some jute string just to secure everything in place and then hot glue it onto the ribbon. For added security, I'm going to tie the jute string around the ribbon and tie it into a knot. This little reindeer ornament is from, I believe, Dollar General, but I believe Dollar Tree has them as well. I'm going to remove everything from it, hot glue it onto the greenery, and then make a very simple bow using Dollar Tree red ribbon and hot glue it right onto the neck of the reindeer. And that's it for this one. Such a beautiful, simple ornament. If you do not have a Cricut, you can always use whatever you have on hand, even permanent marker. For the next Dollar Tree Christmas hack, I'm going to take this piece of leftover board. It's a wooden board and it's just kind of large, and I love it because it was a scrap piece that we had. I'm going to sand it down smoothly, wipe it down really well, and I'm going to give it a couple of coats of Rust-Oleum chalk pen in the linen white. And then, of course, we're going to let it fully dry. I love working with wood because you can create some really high-end and durable pieces. So every so often, I love using real wood. I'm going to take this little camper Season's Greetings Dollar Tree sign. I'm going to remove some of the things from it. We're going to put it right back on it. So we're going to remove it nice and soft. I'm going to sand down all the glitter that is on top of the piece because we are going to be painting and recreating this piece to a little bit more my style. I'm going to take the Rust-Oleum chalk pen in the linen white, and I'm just going to paint all the portion that is white, even over the Season's Greetings. I'm going to give it a couple of coats and then let it dry. I'm going to take the Waverly chalk pen in the ink, and I'm going to paint the door and the window in black.
Let's go outside. We can hang out.
I also get the wheel of fresh coat of paint using the same Waverly chalk pen in the ink. This is just going to give it a nice fresh look. Then it's time to add some ribbon. This tick and stripe ribbon is a larger, thicker one that I found. I believe this one was at Dollar General, but I could be wrong. It was a while ago. I'm going to cut off a piece, and I'm just going to cover where that red glittery portion was. I'm just going to cut off a piece, use my rotary cutter as well as my scissors just to make everything nice and smooth on the edges. And then we're just going to hot glue it in place, and we're going to cut off that wheel portion as well. Friends, I would love to connect with you on Instagram and Facebook. If you have accounts in those platforms, go ahead and check out the link in the description box. You're going to find both links there, and I'd love to connect with you there as well. Now that I have everything cut, it's just time to attach everything using hot glue, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side of the door. Isn't it already looking so cute? I love it. That little red portion that was on it, I'm just going to place it right back on it. We're going to leave it red because I just thought that pop of red was really cute. The little tree that was on top, we're going to hot glue it in place one more time, but we are not going to leave it like this. We're actually going to make it a lot more festive and 3D. We're going to take some of the garland ties from Dollar Tree. We're going to start cutting pieces, bending them in a V shape, and hot gluing them in place just so that they overlap the camper just a little bit. And doesn't it look already so much better? I love it. So hot glue, that is sufficient. And then we're going to take a little piece of stick from outside, and we're just going to place it as if it was the stem of the tree. We're going to add some details like the doorknob just to kind of finish things off. And then we're going to cut off the excess ribbon, again, just to clean everything and make it look nice and professional. Now, remember the board we painted white? I haven't forgotten. This camper is going to go right on that board. We're going to nail it onto it on the left bottom corner. We're going to create a larger sign, but again, using these inexpensive items from Dollar Tree to make it nice and festive. Using my Cricut, I cut out the word Christmas in this beautiful red font, and I'm just going to place it right on top. Once I remove the transfer tape, it's just going to be attached there permanently, and I love it. We're going to create another tree using the same technique with the V-shape garland ties. This time we're going to make a larger tree. We're just going to do it on the right side of the camper, and then on the bottom we're going to add another piece of stick to act as the stem. And we're just about done with this one. Such an easy way to upgrade all of these Dollar Tree decor. I love it. It's one of my favorites, and it is so festive. For the next Dollar Tree hack is such an easy one. We're going to take 3 of these silver spray bottles from Dollar Tree. They already have that beautiful festive silver look to them. We're going to take some of this burlap ribbon from Dollar Tree. We're going to cut off 3 pieces. We're going to cover the thread portion of each spray bottle just using some hot glue. Friends, I would love for you to visit my Etsy shop. It is linked down below in the description box. I add new items all the time, and I have some really cute Christmas themed tote bags that I'd love for you to take a look at. And then once everything was covered on the top, we're going to spell the word joy onto these spray bottles. We're going to make them into vases. So I use my Cricut and spell out the word joy, and we're going to place 1 letter in each spray bottle. And then it's time to just add some greenery. You can add whatever you want to these. You can even add stones or sand to the bottom of each jar so they're heavier on the bottom and not tilt over. I'm going to use some of these greenery picks again from Amazon and some of these glittery berry ones from Dollar Tree. Just make it festive and simple. This would be a great centerpiece for your table, but also it could be a great way to just add some decor maybe to a countertop. The possibilities are endless. I just think they turn out so stinking cute. They're one of my favorites from today because they're so easy, festive, and we didn't even have to paint the jars. Isn't that great? For the next Christmas hack, we are going to take 2 of these items. They are from Target Dollar Spot. One was a pizza, kind of like a serving tray. The other one is more of a little bit decorative chalkboard. They're both round, and we're going to make a snowman out of it. We're going to remove everything from the chalkboard one, and then we're going to take a large paint sticks, and we're going to hot glue them together so that they can be joined together. And we're going to secure it with some brad nails as well. And then we're going to add a fresh coat of paint. We're going to add some Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the linen white. We're going to cover the front a couple of times to make sure that it's nice and full coverage. You know that snowmen have to have a little hat. I'm going to take this leftover piece of fabric. It came from a tree skirt that I got several years ago, and I had this piece left over. We're just going to hot glue it around the head of the snowman at a little bit of an angle just to add a little bit of interest. And then we're going to staple it in place to make sure it's not going to go anywhere. We're also going to go with some hot glue and just shape it into more of a hat shape. And that way it's going to look nice and festive. Once I had it shaped the way I wanted, I am going to tilt it a little bit to the left, and then we're going to hot glue it in place so it does not move on me. Then it's time to add a little bit of a puff ball to the end of the hat. So I took a leftover piece of dusting mop from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to cut off a piece from it, and we're going to hot glue it to the end of the hat. And I want to add a scarf to it. This scarf is from Dollar Tree. They currently have some really cool designs, and they're great for crafting. I'm going to wrap it around its neck. And again, we're just going to secure it in place by adding some hot glue here and there just to make sure that it's going to keep the shape that I want. And once I had it where I wanted it, it's time to add some buttons to this beautiful snowman. I didn't have any large enough buttons to justify the size of the snowman, so I took these little wired berries that you can find at Dollar Tree. They have different colors, but these are the ones that I had on hand. They have like a deep red burgundy tone, and I'm just going to wrap it around a few times into a circle. And once I had a shape that was large enough to fit the snowman, I'm going to cut it using my wire cutters and then hot glue him in place. I wanted to add a snow to Mr. Snowman here, so I'm going to freehand one using some latex orange paint and a small brush. I'm just going to make it into a carrot shape. I'm going to lift the hat just a little bit so that the nose actually tucks in into the hat. And to finish it off, I'm just going to add some greenery to the hat. This is just going to add a little bit more interest. This bright green, I thought it was beautiful, so I'm just going to add it right there with some hot glue. And this little snowman is not so little, let me tell you. It's kind of large, and I love how festive and beautiful it is. Love it. For the next Christmas decor hack, I'm going to take this Bless Our Home sign that I made so long ago. It never sold, I never used it, and I just thought, let me reuse the board because it's such a large board. We're going to give it a couple of coats of chalk paint in the white, and then we're going to sand down the edges just to add some character and dimension to the edges. this little galvanized wagon wheel. It is such a cute size and so, I think, well made. It's from Target Dollar Spot. I just screwed it in with a couple of screws onto the left bottom corner of the board. Using my Cricut, I cut out the phrase, "Come let us adore him," from the song, and I placed it on the right side of the board. I'm going to take this little pine evergreen tree from Target Dollar Spot, remove the buffalo check fabric that it had, and I'm just going to put it inside the little wagon wheel. I'm going to cover everything using some moss that I already had on hand, as well as some moss balls from Dollar Tree. And then I'm just going to add some more of those glittery picks from earlier just to add a little bit of interest. I added a couple of sawtooth hooks to the back of the board so we can hang it, and this one turned out so adorable. Another beautiful and easy way to create a beautiful large decor for Christmas. This one is stunning. I love it. I would love to know which one is your favorite from today. Let me know. I really love this one and the little camper one because they're just large and gorgeous. I have another video here for you with tons more of Christmas inspiration for you. Click on it, check it out. I'll see you later and have a blessed day. Bye.